EFF wants Minister of Justice Simelane to resign over VBS bank allegations. Dumela Kazi, welcome back to the cafe. Libitso la ka ke K. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning Sabi, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. If you're new, please do make sure you subscribe. Please do comment down below, and also please like this video at the end of the video. So without wasting any more time, let's get into this one. So this article is from Times Live. Thank you so much, Times Live, for this one. So I would like us to dive into this article because everything that is said here, it is something that has been said by the EFF, which I do agree with them. I don't know if I should give you a backstory, but I think you will get all the backstory that you need on this one. It is all about VBS. As you all know, the VBS story is still amongst us, and it is still a big story. More people will be revealed, and we will see more people going to jail, or more people that are linked to this VBS saga. So it says there, the EFF has called for the immediate resignation of Justice and Constitutional Development Minister Thembi Simelane over allegations she received a loan of more than 500,000 rands from a company that allegedly received unlawful funds from VBS Mutual Bank. Quote, the EFF demands Simelane step down immediately as Justice Minister. Her resignation is the only appropriate course of action to preserve the integrity of our justice system. That's true. And to allow for an independent and impartial investigation into her action. Furthermore, we call on law enforcement agencies to act swiftly in holding her accountable, the party said. Close quote, obviously. So this is the backstory that I was talking about that it will show on this article. The backstory is the loan was allegedly obtained from Gundo Wealth Solution when she was a mayor of Polokwane. You remember on that actual affidavit, people, or rather Chifiwa mentioned a lot of people who also the mayor of Polokwane was included. I'm not entirely sure that the name was mentioned, but the whole backstory from the beginning of the outbreak of this VBS saga, we saw a lot of mentions without names, and now we can put the names onto those people that were mentioned in so many cases that we have seen. Convicted former VBS boss Chifiwa Matodzi alleged in his plea bargain affidavit that the company owned by Ralium Razwinane, this is vendor Razwinane, had helped secure deposit for VBS from municipalities in return for an average of 2% of the capital investment. You see, that's where the corruption begins. That's where the corruption was taking place and all of those things. So the EFF believes Simelane must answer questions about the investment made by the Polokwane municipality during her tenure. Like she has to answer those questions. She cannot just resign and then nothing is happening afterwards and whatever. We need to have those answers. Let's move right along. The party has also raised concerns about Simelane's role as someone who has a significant influence over the National Prosecuting Authority (NPA), which is investigating those involved in the collapse of the bank. That's true. I mean, it's not gonna work if she is still the Minister of Justice. But anyway, open quote, this presents an untenable conflict of interest. How can the person implicated in a scandal be expected to ensure a fair and thorough investigation into that same scandal? That's true. You know, I agree with the EFF. I agree with these red berets. Simelane's continued continued presence in the role threatens the integrity of the investigation and undermines the pursuit of justice. That's true. You cannot steal and be the one who investigate the stolen goods. Like, it doesn't make sense. South Africa is just crazy. Like, our government is just crazy. How can you allow a person who is implicated? Yes, she is not found guilty, but there is an implication. There is something that is denting her name already, and that has to do with corruption, and that corruption must be dealt with without her being in the office, because obviously she will influence the outcome of the investigation. Moving right along, other political parties, including the DA, want Simelane to appear before Justice Parliamentary Portfolio to answer to the allegations. I agree fully. Open quote. At the very least, the minister needs to be brought before Parliament to account for what measures she intends to put in place to manage the glaring conflict of interest between herself as a Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development and her role involving the NPA, which must surely be investigating the minister and his transaction, said DAMP advocate Glennis. Action SA Parliament cause leader Athol Trollip wants the public protector to investigate the matter. Okay, open quote, that is Action SA. We simply cannot afford to overlook this issue, given the implication for our justice system. Everyone involved in the looting of VBS Mutual Bank needs to be prosecuted. I agree, regardless of their political affiliation, he said. That's Trollip. Action SA believes this is a clear case of an obvious conflict of interest with the integrity of justice system under her stewardship at stake. It is simply untenable that the person entrusted with ensuring justice is upheld in SA may herself be compromised, which in turn casts a shadow over the NPA's ability to carry out its mandate impartially without favor. I'm struggling, honey, to read because I forgot my glasses. But anyway, should the public protector include there is sufficient evidence of wrongdoing, Action SA is determined to take the matter to President Cyril Ramaphosa and request Simelane's immediate removal from cabinet, he said. VBS Mutual Bank collapsed in 2018, we all know that, leaving thousands of depositors with a significant financial loss. Bank collapse was attributed to widespread corruption. I have to say I agree with the EFF on this one. I agree with all of the parties that commented about this thing on this article. And once again, thank you so much for this article, Times Live, because this is what we wanted to hear about this Simelane story. I mean, we saw throughout the week that these news were on social media, but we still haven't heard anything from our government, from our president, from anyone who is holding those steering wheels up there in the political sector to say that Miss Simelane should step down, except opposition parties. I'm so tired of how ANC takes us for a fool as citizens most of the times. When things like this are coming out, they will act as if they are doing something behind closed doors, whereas they are not doing anything until things are hitting up on the streets, on social media and all of those things. Then they will react as if they were doing the most in the backgrounds in order for them to still win these votes or win people, as if they are doing the most. So let me know what you think about this one. I don't think you will think that she should stay until she's proven guilty. I don't think she should stay, especially her holding such a position that has to do with justice in this country. So she will definitely influence the outcomes of the investigation. I do not trust her to be in that position. And also something that I would like to clarify here. She says that she paid this money. She used this money, the loan, apparently the loan. She used this loan to buy a coffee shop somewhere in Sandton, and she says that she paid back the money. So we need to know if the money was paid back with interest, how was it paid, and all of those things. Those are the things that they need to come out from her side, because she hasn't made any statement. She hasn't said anything about this whole thing. So those are the things that we need to know. I don't know if she still owns this coffee shop that she bought with the VBS money. And also, we also still don't know if this money was paid in full, or it was just paid, a certain amount was just paid, and she then, the bank collapsed and she was able to run off with the rest of the money. Thank you so much for watching till this far. Please make sure you subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Like this video. I'll see you on my next upload. Peace out.